Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. It's Trevor Stockwell with you today. And on this episode, I have two guests. They're a great couple, the Felixes. They run multiple businesses, all with the focus of improving other people's lives. I have with me both Luis and Michelle Felix. Luis is also known as Felix, so we'll just call him Felix going forwards. Amongst other things, they're life coaches, and they help clients with mental health, wellness, and nutrition. Now, Luis is a chef and fast becoming a social media guru as well. Michelle is a mental health professional, a behavioral coach, and she's also authored the book Whole Heart. She's going to tell us a little bit about that shortly. But it's great to have you both on the show. So welcome, Luis and Michelle.
Thank you so much. Aloha family.
It's great to have you. So you're speaking from Hawaii, aren't you?
Absolutely. Yeah. Beautiful island of Hawaii. Big island, as most people know it.
Sounds good. We're not jealous at all, honest. Maybe just to kick us off, for those yet to have the pleasure of meeting you guys, share just a little bit about your journey that's got you to the point where you now have multiple businesses. You work together doing the life coaching, but you also have sort of different activities that you do specifically as well. So however that unpacks just a little bit, how have you got to where you are today?
I'll start.
Yes.
Well, I've been a chef for the past 28 years, cooking in every single nook and cranny of the culinary industry, from hotels to fine dining to hole in a wall taco joints. I've been blessed with many opportunities doing culinary work all over the United States. It's been a journey, a long journey, creating, just learning. So I'd like to say it's been 28 years of failures, but with failure comes a lot of knowledge. Michelle and I started a health food restaurant. I was around 3 years ago. We had our own global catering company because I used to fly for free. So I used to do catering all over Africa, London, all over the US. So that's been my expertise, is cooking. And the pandemic destroyed everything we built in a matter of months. And then we had to redefine or reinvent. I had to reinvent myself because I couldn't feed the masses anymore. So that's been, in a nutshell, 4 minutes of my entire life career of where I am at now. And now I invest my time in learning. And before the pandemic, all I knew was food, knife, cutting board, and how to lead people and how to make guests happy. And that's what I knew before pandemic. After pandemic, I didn't even know how to operate a camera. I didn't know too much about computers. All I knew was everything I did was handwritten recipes. And so I wasn't computer savvy at all. So I had to reinvent myself and learn cameras and learn computers. I felt like an infant, pretty much.
Yeah. No, I think a lot of people listening can resonate with you with regards to the challenges of having to try and reinvent yourself, or what do I do when the business suddenly that I've been working on for years just isn't there anymore. Definitely. We'll dig into some of the challenges that you've overcome on that shortly, but maybe just, Michelle, do you want to unpack a little bit of your journey as well?
Aloha and thank you. I came to the United States about 10 years ago. Came here with the goal to kind of make a better life for myself. Educate myself was the number one priority. So I did a lot of odd and end jobs, just as Felix did, but I guess in various different industries, from the medical field to caregiving, to working random jobs just to put myself through college. Yeah, and I was very passionate about psychology, just because of my life experiences, and wanted to give something to the world that was meaningful, to myself and others. But predominantly, I would say that my journey here was not easy, but now when I look back on it, it was perfect, in a sense that every obstacle or stumbling block, I feel I am where I am today because of that. So I went on from being a medical professional to a caregiver, and now I'm in the mental health field. Very passionate about it, love it. Just the opportunity to kind of help people every day is very, very meaningful. And so, yeah, that's pretty much my journey.
That's really good. And then, so together you pull your different strengths and your experiences to deliver the life coaching side of it in the different elements of the mental health side, the nutrition side of it, and general well-being and wellness. So was that an intentional, because of, say, the pandemic or the other challenges with previous businesses, was that an intentional, I've always wanted to be a life coach, hey, why don't we become life coaches together? Or is it more of a natural growth that you've realized, hey, we've actually got a lot of experience we can share. We understand where a lot of people come from, and you've both got the heart to help people. I can tell that already. But was it more of a natural progression, or was it something more intentional?
It started, frankly, it started with YouTube. When the pandemic hit, we had friends that were committing suicide. Not one, but a couple of friends committing suicide due to their jobs. Michelle was a flight attendant at that time. I had chef friends that lost everything, and we were just losing friends left and right, either COVID or them or by a suicide. So we decided to take YouTube and make mental health videos, not mental health videos, more of a like hope videos, like letting we wanted people to know that everything was going to be okay, telling our story. Michelle is a flight attendant. She loved doing it, and it was taken away from my cooking. Her flight attendant school or flight attendant job was taken away. So we started doing videos to help each other. When we posted the first video, we had a friend call us, and he said that it changed. He was about to commit suicide, and he said it changed his life. That it helped him. So that's what guided the mental health and helping people.
Yeah.
So then YouTube became also the conduit to the culinary. So it that's how YouTube came to be. One second, we have our child.
We gotta take him outside.
No, it's so 1 second. Let me. He just wants to get in there and spread his love.
For those of you that are just hearing this and not catching the video, so they have a four-legged furry child, don't they?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, he was my salvation as well. So Michelle is lying, and he was the one that kept me sane.
Absolutely,
Well,
yeah.
Yes.
Now I know, partly because I've read Michelle's book as well, but I know a little bit of your background just before we started chatting, before we started recording today, and I know it's been challenging for both of you in different ways. You've had different struggles that you've come through. You've helped each other at different times. Some of those were separate before you guys met, but just hearing you say that, you started doing this on YouTube, and you helped a friend, change his mind about suicide. I mean, that is so rewarding. For me, if nothing else happens in your business, you've always been successful. Now, obviously, you want to scale it up, you want to magnify the influence and save lots of people and bring hope to lots of people. But yeah, just to hear that, I mean, I think that's what makes it worth getting up in the morning, isn't it, really?
Yeah,
so well done for that. You mentioned about YouTube. for people that haven't caught your channel yet, I would definitely recommend you head over there after you've heard the podcast, because you actually, part of what you did, you changed your kitchen into a studio that you could use for YouTube, but also that was all part of the sort of reinvention of your business, wasn't it? Share a little bit about what was behind that and how are you using that now?
Yeah, so we've dedicated so much of our lives to serving people. So in doing our studio, we wanted the studio also as to build a business where we can do it from home. With changing times, since we couldn't have a restaurant, we have a and it's by reference only. Is it reference only? Referral. There you go. It's by referral only. It seats 6 people, and we do 4 to 7 course dinners, and people come in with their friends, and of course vaccinated, and we just turned our kitchen not just into a YouTube studio set. We turned it into an experience, and we call it the Chef's Table Hawaii.
That's what it is. Yeah, you know, and I think I mentioned it in the book, like when you know, Felix got laid off from his you know, his chef job. He said to me one day, you can take the chef out of the kitchen, but you can't take away his passion. So it's almost as if, like, yeah, he couldn't go back into, you know, being a chef, but he brought his passion home with him. So it's almost as if I'm going to take my kitchen and I'm going to do what I'm good at, and I'm going to always you know, stay focused. So, you know, it's almost as if just changing your environment in a sense that but I'm going to keep the passion. So, and I think that's what he does. So now he may not be in a restaurant or in a kitchen anymore, but he's still cooking and he's still doing what he loves. So
to touch base on what Michelle just said, I got laid off. So first we lost our restaurant. Once we lost our restaurant, I had a friend of mine that owns a restaurant that needed help because he was still open. So I went to help him, and then his restaurant went down as well.
Whoa.
So that's the whole laid off thing.
Yeah. So for everybody that's listening thinking, I'm not sure I've navigated change so well up to this point, and maybe they're in a position where hopefully they're not suicidal, but maybe they're thinking business is not what I thought it was, or it's too much of a struggle. What would you say, and what do you say to some of your clients that gives them that hope to keep going? What is it that, what would you say to anybody listening that's feeling down, feeling to the point where they think, you know, I've had enough, I can't take it anymore?
You first.
How would you inspire them?
You know, so the way I look at it, and I mean, the idea of change is always uncomfortable. You know, we become a person of habit. So we like our routine. We like it to be that way. Being out of our routine is always a sense of discomfort. And I think in many ways, life in general, especially with COVID and everything, it's taken us out of our comfort zone in many ways. And even though for both Felix and I, we did struggle with kind of reinventing ourselves and kind of understanding, what do I do next? But the beautiful thing about it at the end of the day is, even though it was a struggle, and there were some days where we weren't that motivated to keep going, but now we have discovered new strengths about ourselves, new ideas, new things about who we are. And the beautiful part about sometimes just coming out of your comfort zone and allowing yourself to embrace change is that you might discover there's something a new talent or something you never thought you could do. So think of the uncomfortableness as a way that I'm going to learn something new about myself, as in a sense that maybe I never knew I was an artist. Maybe I, like, for instance, you know, with this whole life coaching thing, and kind of embracing the concept of social media. We really were not social media people at all. I mean, like a post once a year, I guess. But we have learned to embrace the fact that with change comes being innovated and being opening yourself to new things. So kind of just allowing yourself to see different things about who you are, and in every kind of challenge or obstacle, see it as a chance to learn something new about yourself, that you could bring something new to the table, kind of thing.
To piggyback on what Michelle just said, I'd say to the listeners, there is hope and there is a future. You just have to stay the course on what you're passionate about. There's a thing that I read all the time, and it goes, if you want to be happy, set a goal that commands your thoughts, liberate your energy, and inspire your hopes. You know, I was devastated when I couldn't cook anymore. And I mean like cook for people. The thing about culinary and business itself is giving people an exceptional experience. Whether it's you're selling something, you're cooking something, whatever it is in business, it's communicating with people and having connections. And I would say to anyone, we have lost so much, but there is hope and there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And you just have to like dig deep and reinvent yourself. And there is a light, and to be positive in the darkest of times. And we are both living proof of that. And that's why our old YouTube videos, it was really bad, bad content, but the message that we're trying to give people, there is hope. Absolutely.
That's really good. Yeah. See, for everyone listening, I told you they were inspiring, didn't I? So let's jump a little bit into part of, you've touched on it already, just with regards to your approach to serving clients. So you mentioned about visual, quality, and consistency, kind of 3 areas to give greatest value. Unpack a little bit more about what you mean by that.
Oh, well, it's evident, not just back when we owned the restaurant, visually, and this goes for salesmen, salespeople, sales in everything in general. Shoppers eat with their eyes, and it could be a purse, it could be a pair of shoes. Visually, consumer visually is, everything has to be attractive.
Yeah.
From the every single dish that I've ever created, I like guests to eat with their eyes. And like now making YouTube videos, I'm feeding the audience an experience of how to make something or a final dish, whatever it may be. So that's the visual aspect of it. And then it was visual
Consistency, right?
consistency.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think with consistency, people just, in any area of business, you want to be able to know that when you provide a service, whatever it is, that you can maintain the same standards all the time. Because it's almost as if, like typical, wake up in the morning, get your coffee at Starbucks or wherever you go to the same place because you're going to get the same cup of coffee. And people want consistency. People want to know that every time I walk the store, I'm going to get the same cup of coffee. So it's almost saying to yourself, like with regards to like Felix and being a chef, every time he goes out there, his standards of how he prepares the food, the visual, the making sure that the textures, everything in line with what he gives out to his clients is it has to be the same all the time. If we made fish a certain way and they want the same fish, it's gonna have to be 100% the same type of fish they ate before. And just having that consistency with the visual aspect, making it, appealing to the eyes, is fundamental towards kind of being successful from the business area.
And quality.
Yeah.
So quality is imperative. Like, and I keep going back to YouTube because I didn't know anything about like quality visuals or quality audio, or when it comes to the restaurant, quality product. The best product you have to create what you're creating. Let's say the difference between a aluminum bolt or a titanium bolt. Which one do you use? In my aspect, am I using frozen fish or fresh fish from the ocean? Quality, and when I go to YouTube, is like the quality of camera that I'm using. Am I using a camera that's high def, or am I using a camera that can't input out a 4K image? Quality is imperative. So those three, visual, quality, and consistency, those three to me have been important to me, not just cooking, but even now when it comes to the coaching, or when it comes to the films and the shows that I make. Those three are pretty much one to give the consumer the experience, the whole experience, visual, quality, and consistency.
That's really good. They're almost like three pillars, aren't they? That are your foundation. I like the way you put it, that like for people listening, whether they're selling products or services, it's the experience, isn't it? And sometimes you can get carried away on making sure the product is there, but it's the whole experience, from like somebody comes into where they're going to sit and eat, where you're going to feed them. It's the atmosphere that you create beforehand, during, and then, what's the taste like in their mouths after they've eaten the meal, isn't it? It's the whole experience that you're saying. And I think it's easy that we can miss elements to that. We can focus maybe just on getting a quality product there, but visually, are we branding ourselves in a way that A, is consistent, but also is authentic? Is it really who we are? Yeah, so there's lots of different areas that we can think about on that. So yeah, thanks for sharing that. It's really good. Maybe then we touched on reinventing yourself earlier. Any tips, couple of tips or something that from your experience, things you've learned that you want to share with business owners just on that?
Absolutely. I'd say two main pillars that's made our success would be passion and selflessness. I think that's the secret to abundance and growth. The passion for serving and delivering the best service or the best products without allowing your business, the core values of who you are and what you built your business on, dissolve with growth. Because when people, they scale, they get bigger, and they lose the core values which they built their businesses upon. So being selfless and being passionate, I think for us, those are the two big ones. We lost everything and we're starting from scratch. And we will get everything back and then some. So abundance and growth, passion and selflessness.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's really good. There's a quote that I saw in your bio, which I just want to share for everybody because I think it's very profound, that those that practice selflessness with time and capital often create the greatest alliances. And that's sort of something that you've learned firsthand, isn't it, with regards to your core values, your ethics, as you say. So yeah. No, that's really good. Maybe as you're a couple, you're in business together, even though you do different activities as well, sort of independently. But any challenges that you've overcome, any bits of advice for people listening that are maybe a couple that are in business? And some couples in business love being in business together. Some people not so keen on it from experience because they sort of clash and tread on each other's toes. So how do you make it work, I guess, is really what I'm asking.
I think the most important thing will be to respect each other's differences, know each other's strengths. Because at the end of the day, we are different. There's certain things that he's good in and certain things I'm probably not. And we kind of let our strengths complement one another by knowing that maybe this is my area of expertise and that's his area of expertise. And we come together and also respecting each other's differences and our strengths, and even just encouraging one another when it comes to decision making. It's being a business owner, entrepreneur. Every day it's taking risks, but risks can become rewards. So see it as a perspective that you got to trust your partner sometimes, and you gotta even when you feel a little bit doubtful, trust is so important. So trust, respect, and acknowledging our strengths and even weaknesses, because yeah, we got to work together to make it come
That's really good. Yeah.
So-
Thank you.
together.
That's good. It's good that you're both nodding as well. Yes, you're in agreement on that. That's good.
Yeah.
But no, it's important, like you say. I mean, you've both navigated a lot of challenges, and you're still together. You're still smiling. You're still positive about the future as well. So that's encouraging for everybody out there. It's like, yeah, if you're not having challenges in business, then you're doing something wrong to a large extent, I think. Because as you say, we're always discovering either how not to do it first, or how to do it the long way and then find a more efficient way of doing it. Yeah, it's all a learning curve, isn't it? But it's really good. Let's just touch on, Michelle, you wrote the book Whole Heart. I want to mention it just in here because I found it very inspiring. Lots that I didn't know about you before I read the book, and the stuff that you've been through. Just what was behind writing the book sort of at this point? Was it to tie in with maybe the coaching, just a new area of life, or was it just it's been boiling for a while and now it's come out? What sort of the behind the book for now?
Honestly, I've always had, especially my husband, always encouraged me to share my story. I had friends and family tell me to, it'll be a good, encouraging story to help others. But I honestly didn't have that motivation to do it because, seeing your experiences in life in words, it was a struggle to deal with. So it wasn't an easy decision to make. I've been trying to do it for years, and I kind of put it off. But during COVID, I saw so much of suffering, so much of pain, so much going around in the world, and I felt I had a moral obligation to do something. I know I couldn't physically go out and help someone, but I wanted to share my message, and I felt at that time it was the right time and place to do this because a lot of people needed hope, a lot of people needed inspiration and encouragement. So, and I think I mentioned it in the book. If this book could help just one person, my purpose in putting these emotions and feelings into words were achieved. So it was just the right time, and I found the motivation to do it at this time.
Yeah, no, it's really good. I found myself while I was reading it, just making notes on little quotes and little, what I would say, nuggets of wisdom and learning, because I know you're both very into. Part of the reinvention is you're learning, you're growing, personal growth, new skills, kind of the whole area, and then you're able to help other people. And one of them in particular was find your own joy. And I think the context that you put that in, we won't share all that now, but the context from the stuff that you'd already shared before that to then be able to say, find your own joy. I think that shows a resilience. It also shows a good perspective and mindset to navigate the tough stuff, which is what you share with your clients, isn't it? So well done. I was inspired.
Thank you.
You're a tough couple in a nice way. You both navigate tough stuff, so it's really good. And now you're sharing it. It takes vulnerability to sort of open up about stuff that's gone on, but you're doing it in a way to help others, so it's really good. So everybody listening, definitely get a copy of the book. It's not expensive, and it's really inspiring. Buy it for somebody else that needs inspiration. I'm saying that as a shameless plug because I know it's inspired me. So it will definitely help people. How can people sort of touch base? What's the best way for people listening thinking, right, I need to follow these guys? There's the YouTube channel, which is, remind me what it's called.
It is The Felix's Kitchen.
The Felix's Kitchen. Brilliant.
And then
yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, and then main website, how would they get the book?
It's
or find out
thefelixes.com. So www.thefelixes.com. In that one website, we have everything. I'm still learning how to blog. I don't know how to blog yet. So I'm still working on that aspect, but we have recipes, the coaching tab, the book, everything in one place. Perfect. So folks can, at the end of the day, our brand is to help others. And if we can help one person through Michelle's book, or cook something healthy or not so healthy, depending on what it is, at the Felix's Kitchen, or learn how to cook, or at the end of the day, we just want to give back and do positive things in a positive light.
Sounds really good. Yeah, well, I've experienced that firsthand just from the few videos that I've caught. There's some good humor in there amongst everything else. So yeah, well done. Keep doing what you're doing. We need more people like you that is out there encouraging people. We all want to help people one way or another, don't we? And you found your strengths, you found how you can work together and how you can best do that. At least at this point, you're still growing. So, you know, there'll be other things you get involved in, no doubt, and you'll take your business to more influential places, I'm sure. Certainly hope so. Any closing thoughts or comments that you wanted to share that we haven't covered yet, just as we wrap this episode up?
Absolutely. I would like to share with all your listeners, to all business ladies, gentlemen, entrepreneurs, and especially the hospitality professionals. It's never too late to start over. Look at Colonel Sanders, KFC, started when he was like 60 something. Embrace change. Don't be afraid to reinvent yourselves. It is never, ever too late. Keep moving forward, stay the course, and don't quit until you accomplish all your goals. Thomas Edison, he failed 10,000 times before he finished his goal to create light. Press on, take time, take time to reflect, stay happy, and stay healthy. Watching the Felix's Kitchen on YouTube.
Perfect. Yeah, I like that. Thank you. That's really good. Yeah, we need to be reminded of people that have gone before and kind of blazed the trail with regards to persistence and resilience. And yeah, I'm listening to you there and I'm thinking, would I do something 10,000 times? Not sure. I should, maybe, if I haven't achieved it. But yeah, I'm still on that. So I will take that and throw that into the journey that I'm on, just to stay at it, really, more than anything. So
and Trevor, thank you so much.
No, you're welcome.
We're eternally grateful for this opportunity to share our story.
It's
really
brilliant.
Appreciate it.
No, it's brilliant. I think your story should get everywhere, because you're doing it for the right reason, and you're giving hope to people, which is brilliant. So thank you for sharing your time as well. Hopefully, you know, you'll definitely come back. We can talk some more about different things that you're doing. Yeah, just how the businesses are going and how you're doing, how you're helping people even more. So
when we make our first billion.
That sounds good. Yep. Or Michelle's book number 2, maybe. Is it part 2 coming at any point soon? Or I don't know.
We would love to, absolutely.
It'd be an honor, for sure.
Brilliant. No, that sounds good. Thank you for what you've shared. And for everybody listening as well, whether you are struggling with something now in business, in life, whatever you're navigating, hopefully you've had a dose of inspiration and encouragement just in these few moments that we've spent together. But if you really do find that you're struggling and you want to reach out to them, definitely connect with them. Head to the website, see how they can help you. They're a formidable couple that have navigated a lot of challenges, and they can definitely help you and walk you through it. As I say, whatever resonates with you, whatever your next step is, we believe that you can build your business, you can influence people, and they can certainly help you do that. So yeah, make sure you take action on some of the practical things that they've shared. Let's be open to learn new things. Let's be open to reinvention. It's scary in some ways, leaving the comfort zone, but that's really where we grow. And that's where we discover more of ourselves that we didn't know existed. So all good stuff. Anyway, that's enough for you to definitely think about and reflect on. Thank you again, you guys, for sharing.
Well said.
Really
Thank you so
appreciate
much.
it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
No, you're welcome. For everybody that's catching this, be proactive, and we will catch you next time. Bye for now.
Ah, Lord.